going to make a video based on geo clustering. So that session will help you to know basically how to set up a geo cluster. Geo cluster is a overlay cluster, which means you have particularly have your existing cluster running on two or more different site. So this is my lab, and I have my storage, share storage used for SBD fencing. I have India 1 and 2 referred to my one site. So I have one site called India, and these two nodes belong to that site. Australia 1 and 2, these are the name of cluster node refer to the second site, which is Australia. So as of now, I'm going to take just do the practical directly. I mean, instead of wasting the time, because I have created one video of this the same session where you particularly know that what is the purpose of this virtual machine, how we are going to, what are the prerequisite and all. Here this particular session is focusing on the steps, the process to set up geo. So let's come to this part and going into my I am inside of my first node of my first cluster, which is India 1, and let's check the cluster. So yes, my cluster is running good. There are two nodes participating in this cluster, and there are two resources running up. Next is name of cluster, so CRM cluster status. So my name of cluster is HA cluster, so I need to make this India, I mean yeah, so CRM cluster rename and India. The name of the cluster must be unique, so that is the one. And you need to restart your cluster. If you are going to change the name, restart it. Let's come to my India 2. So just check the SBD configuration. So I'm using SBD face fencing, so I have a single slot. So let's do, because sometimes the node does not sync the metadata of the SBD. So let me go to my first node, which is this one. Yeah, I can see this too. Yeah, let's come to my second. Yeah, cool. So we need to run the same job for my Australia 2 machine, and the command is SBD -d and then name of disk and watch. Let's cross check it. Yes, there are two slots available, and the name of cluster is cluster rename and Australia CRM cluster restart. So yes, I have these two sites available. Now we are ready to move on the steps, the process to set up a cluster. So I have this PDF which is 18 pages made by Tanja and Thomas, and it is 18 pages book. So yeah, so this is a content which this particular PDF is going to cover. I am going jumping down into the practical portion. So there are two sites as per this graphic. Site A and B. Amsterdam is the first site name, and the Berlin is the second one. And there are two nodes on each of these site or cluster. So Alice and Bob, A and B, C and D, Charlie and Toro. In my case, my machine names are, node names are India 1 and 2 and Australia 1 and 2. My site name is, site A name is India and site B name is Australia. Arbitrator is a machine, a server which is running on the different third location. The purpose of this server is to assign the ticket to one of the cluster to load the cluster resource. So yes, that is the purpose of the arbitrator. So if in case your site one is down, then the the ticket will automatically granted by the site B, and that is the responsibility of the arbitrator. If you don't have this arbitrator, then still you can set up this geo clustering, but you have to manage the cluster. You will need to manage the ticket manually, means revoking the ticket, granting the ticket, etc. So in my case, storage machine will be acting as an arbitrator for me. So if I see some scenario. So this is a first site name, cluster name, and the IP address, virtual IP, failover IP is this. Second site name Berlin, in my case Australia, and then the IP address, the failover IP is this. So in my case, if I go to my India and CRM configure edit, so I can see my first IP address, failover IP in my first site one is 200, right? So yeah, this is a 200, and for second site I have a virtual IP called 201. So yes, I have the IP configured as per this slide, and yes, I have a static IP for my arbitrator server, right? So the requirement is you need to have at least two existing clusters, some meaningful name. You need to have third machine working as an arbitrator. That is cool. Requirement. So you need a software along with the subscription for Geo, and you need to set your cluster name. I have used this command to change my cluster name. There are three scripts basically. The first script is for has to be run on the first node in the geo cluster. This script will run on the second site, in my case Australia. The third script will run on my arbitrator machine, which is the third machine. So let's come little down. So this is to be run on my first site, which is India. So let's come here and to check. One thing more, I have to copy my host name because the name of the machine is not yet correct. I can show you if I ping with my Australia 1, you can see Australia.default. So I have to fix the correct name, otherwise there will be issue. So India 1, India 2, Australia 1, Australia 2, and then the file name is this. Copy to all the node. Yes, it is copied. So let's come to my first node of my first cluster. Just check the IP address of the storage because I need this IP. This is IP actually. So let's follow this procedure. So HA cluster GOINIT, and then cluster. So name of cluster is India, and the IP address is 200, and then second is Australia, and the IP address is 192.168.122.201, and then the name of tickets TICKET, ticket -nfs, and then arbitrator ORBITRATOR. Arbitrator means my storage IP address is this. So that part is done. Let's come little down. This is adding another site to the geo cluster. So I need to run this command on my second site. So Australia 2 maybe, or 1. So run this command, running this command cluster go join, and then hyphen cluster hyphen node, and then the first virtual IP of your first site. So in my case 200, and then the name of clusters space India, and the IP address is 192.168.122.200, and the Australia second site in my case 192.168.122.201. Enter, and the password is this. That part is done. Now we have to go to my arbitrator storage machine. and then run this command HA cluster GOINIT orbitator, and then the virtual IP of your first site, failover IP of your first site. So in my case 200, enter. Yes, it is done. So as of now your cluster is done. I mean the cluster part is done. You can monitor this to the Hawk. I'm not going to start the Hawk, but yes, Hawk is the Hawk stand for high availability HAW web console. Yeah. So yeah, anyways, I'm not going to do this job, graphical one. Let's check the status now. So if I go in my this particular cluster node, if I see CRM status, so I can see two things. One is there's in some fail out. I mean the resource failed by some reason. So let's remove the cleanup CRM resource cleanup space the admin one, and you can see it is no more here. Right, let's run the same command for my second site, which is Australia 1. Yes, that is done. Second thing is I can see a resource which is stopped because of I have mentioned this is in in the CIB it is stopped. Actually you can see this resource is by default is stopped. Yeah, this group one is stopped. Let's start this up. So CRM resource start, so g-boot, and run the same job for in other cluster node. Yeah, started. Let's check this up. uh, CRM status. So yes, the resource is up. So both the basically running in both the side to communicate to each other. So that part is done, and you are ready to go to the next part, which is setting up resource cluster resources. So the next step is you have to go to create a cluster resource and their constant rule along with the ticket dependencies, and then in the last you have to manage your ticket. So okay, so let's go to my, yeah, this is the the geo cluster resource and constraint. So if I go and look there, so CIB is not automatically synchronized across these two India and Australia site. So we have to export this CIB database into a file and then import on the second site. So if I come little down, I can see this command, some ticket concept. So you have to have a rule for you have basically a cluster resource first, which you want to check over the geolocation. So in my case, yes, I have a resources, but these are cluster specific. I don't want this resource to be moved on the second side because it is specifically created for site one only. So I need to create a one resource at least to check for failover between across the site. So let's create one resource which will be uh, used across the site. So my IP address is 5. So this is one of my IP resource which I will check across the site. And yes, this IP is currently working on my site 1. I can show you this. Right, so resource is as of now working in my India 1, and I'm sitting in my India, let's say for example. Yeah, so you can see CRM status. Yeah, everything is good. Now this is the first command that we have to run. So let's run this up. So CRM configure RSC underscore ticket RSC1 hyphen request hyphen ticket hyphen NFS. Just this is just the name actually, the resource name, kind of nickname. And then you have to write the name of resource. So ticket A, in my case it is ticket NFS, which I use while configuring my geo cluster. Enter. RSC1, this is my name of resource. Loss policy, if in case you don't have a resource, this ticket, not resource, if you don't have a ticket, then the particular node where the resource is running will fenced, and it is written that in case ticket is revoked, the node running the resource will fence. So yeah, that part is done. Now the next is configuring group resource for booth T. Actually, I set up my geo cluster with this script, so you can skip this part because that thing is already there in my case. Adding a constant rule. So the constant rule says, so order space name of rule mandatory, it has to follow. The booth D cluster resource need to be loaded first before this RSC1, right? So, and that makes sense as well. So let's copy this one, because RSC is depend on booth D. If the booth D is not there, there is this resource should not be running. Enter. Yeah, and then the next one is this is the one. So now you are going to tag the particular resource which will work across the site, because I have some local, not local, but I have some resource which is a site specific. So you need to mention the particular resource which will work across the site. So need to copy this one. So you are going to tag a resource particularly, enter. Then the name of resource is this, as well as the constant. If you see list of resources and constant for required services. So my name of constant which I created, order constant, is booth hyphen before hyphen RSC. This is the one, before hyphen RSC one. And then I need to write this thing. I have to correct this because my ticket name request is ticket-nfs, and the name of resource is not IP booth but booth IP. And rest all good. Now press commit and come out from this screen. So as I told you that CIB is not going to be sync across the geo. So you have to store this into a file, export this into a file. Yes, copy this file to your second site. Go to second site, and India 1 is rebooted, and that makes sense because the you don't have a ticket. So if you don't have a ticket, the resource will the node will fence. Earlier we didn't have this rule. That is why your RSC1 was running on node 1. But once you write this rule, then the resource the node is supposed to fence until you have a ticket. The resource will not up. Anyways, so let's take the connection again with 2. Yeah, so I can see the India one, the node 1 is getting up, it's starting up, and rest of the node is working as good as before. This one is stop, and it has to be stopped because there is no ticket as of now in any of one of the node. Anyways, let's go to my SSH space Australia 1, and I can see here there is no RSC resource because you have not yet imported this CIB. So now it is a time to import this CIB. So this is a command to import the CIB. Right. So let's CRM configure load update and then exported CIB. So I can see a resource called RSC which is in stop state. Yes, that is cool. So this state is currently available in both the side. So RSC status, both the nodes are up, but the resource is down because of you don't have ticket. How to see which node has a ticket? So booth space list, when you run this up, you can see the name of ticket, but there is no leader. So the one who is leader will hold this resource. So there is a command to yeah, this is a command to grant the ticket. So booth grant -s 192.168, my first failover IP of my first site 122.200, and the name of ticket is this. Enter. So you can see you now have a ticket. and CRM status. So it takes some time to load this thing, because you just immediately holded this ticket. If I go to my Australia 2 and if I see who has this ticket now, so booth space list, so it says that the ticket is basically now assigned to this particular IP. If you want to revoke, yes, you can revoke it. So the revoke command is this. This is the revoke booth revoke and the name of ticket. So ticket will automatically revoke. You can see revoke and ticket hyphen NFS. The ticket is revoked. So as of now, no one is leader. You can see list, no one is leader. So now you can accept the ticket booth space grant hyphen s 192.168.122.201. This is IP address of my it's a failover IP of site 2, right? And the name of ticket is NFS. So the ticket is granted, right? So you can see the resource is automatically up here because you have a ticket, right? So if you revoke the ticket, let's say for example, if this machine is down, which one? Australia 1. Let's come to my Australia 2 first. So if you go down to here in the India 1, and if I run booth space list, it says that this particular ticket is granted by, this is a leader basically as of now. So if I go to my Australia 1, so if I run CRM status, the resource is running and the leader is this. If I reboot my booth, so yeah, wait a minute, I am inside the Australia 1 and CRM status. I have this, and if I run booth space list, so yes, I have this ticket. So how about if I reboot this particular node? So let's reboot this up. SH space Australia 1 and reboot. Let's come to Australia 2 CRM status, and I can see this resources automatically move up here, right? And if you shut down the whole site, the site 2, which is Australia here in my case, this resource will automatically load into the India location, the site, India site, first site basically. So earlier it was running in the this one, and if you see so currently you have this particular IP is the leader. If I check here in India, so booth space list, yes, it is a leader. If I have to revoke it, so we have to run booth space revoke, and the name of ticket is this one. Yes, it is revoked, and so no one have a leader now. So to grant the ticket, booth space grant space as your IP address 201.122.200, and then the name of ticket is ticket hyphen NFS. So you have a ticket now, right? Have a resource running, and if you remember the first time it was not running. Actually, when you have a ticket first and foremost means first time, then it takes a bit more time. I think it takes almost 15 to 20 seconds almost, but in the first time only. Later on it is working fine, right? So yeah, if the whole site is down, if this particular site is down, then the resource will move to the different site under the control of arbitrator. So this is all about the geo clustering. So I hope this session is helpful, and I will be happy to receive any questions if you ask So my email ID is ajit.yadav _321 at yahoo.com. So this is my address to call. Thank you very much for watching this. Yeah.